Hello, Year 10. My best Christmas ever was when I discovered Google Earth. So we're gonna look at the bit of the syllabus that talks about land use today. Not the most exciting topic, but I thought I can show you Google Earth at the same time. If you haven't ever used Google Earth, oh, it's brilliant, and it gets better and better. It's been updated and updated and updated. Anyway, I've gone to a aerial photograph of Clitheroe, and we need to be aware of how we use land. Okay, and you can kind of see. I'll zoom in. I usually use this on the iPad, so I need to figure out what I'm doing. Oh yeah, it's just wheeling. So you can see. Let's go to school. In fact, where's school? There we are. You can see the playing fields. There's the 3G. Is it? It is. Let's go in one more fully. Let's get it more vertical. There we go. There's school. So my hand's on the science block. What day is it? Thursday. Therefore we'd be in room 37, no, 36. Yeah, so we'd be at the back there. Yeah. Anyway, you can see here there's loads of trees. You know, there's trees that circle the grounds. As I go down here, there's like a little wooded area here. All of Clitheroe used to be trees. You know, if I zoom out and zoom and zoom and zoom, you know, the only bits that wouldn't have been trees would have been this. You know, this is Pendle Hill here. Again, I can kind of show the hillageness of it. Hopefully, I don't. Oh, God, it's been a while since I've used this. Zoom in a bit. Go over here. Zip over there. Hopefully this works on the video. Can you make it out now? Let's go down again. Yeah, you can kind of make it out. Anyway, yeah, the Pendle Hill, shock of all shocks, is a hill. In fact, pen means hill. Dull means hill. It's really cold. Hill. So Pendle means hill. So it's really cold. Hill. There's one in the lakes called Tor Pen How Hill, which means hill. Yeah, so there's loads of things get named and then get named again. But yeah, you know, Pendle Hills, on the top of Pendle Hill, it's exposed, so it's windy, it's cold. You know, you don't get trees growing on the top of Pendle Hill. They'd really struggle. So there are parts of the UK that wouldn't have trees because it's too harsh to live there. Remember when we were in class, we looked at, you know, like at the coastline, the trees weren't right at the edge of the coast. It was too windy. There was a salty wind. There's also erosion and stuff. So yeah, it's really difficult for trees to grow in places. But if humans weren't around, all of this would be forest. You could monkey swing from Scotland all the way to Land's End. Okay, let's get it back pointing north. So let's go back to more of a vertical view. So that was me kind of like showing the topography. So what else have we used the land for? So we've cleared the land. So you can see here that these are, you know, all the trees have gone here, but it's sectioned off into little fields. Yeah. So these shock of all shocks are farmers' fields. Yeah. Can we see any sheep? So that's an arable field. You see, because it's been ploughed. Oh, some animals there. All those cows. I think those are cows. Yeah, let's say cows. So yeah, dairy farms have been used. If I went over more into Pendle Hill, then I guess if I see anything, I'll see sheep now because the land's not quite as good. Also, it's if I'm a dairy farmer, I want to bring in cows for milking, so I need to be able to, you know, have access to them. So yeah, you know, we've used land for growing crops. So again, this is arable farming, growing crops. Again, they've ploughed it to plant crops, and then there's also animal husbandry going on here where they're doing dairy farming. Okay, so we've cleared forest for farming. Okay, we've also cleared forest for us for housing. Yeah, look at all these houses, good old northern terrace houses. Yeah, pack them in, and we're packing in a lot of people into a small space. Better than tower blocks. But yeah, so we've done it for housing. We've also done it for schools, recreation. You know that's the cricket pitch. you know, for schools. But you know, something else that's on here that's you know, enormous when you look at the size of Clitheroe is this thing here. Yeah, that there's a massive one here. So you know, all of this here would fill, you know, a good chunk of Clitheroe, and that's the quarry. Yeah, it's what Clitheroe's. It's why Clitheroe's quite affluent, because there's you know, well-paid jobs working at places like cement works where they're digging up limestone, heating it in a kiln. We see the all the smoke coming out of the chimneys because they're having to heat the limestone to form calcium oxide that then reacts with water, and you can make cement basically. So yeah, so that's a limestone quarry, and you know, there's loads of quarries all over the world. Okay, there's also, as I go down this side of Clitheroe, well, golf course. That Clitheroe golf course, and guess it must be. I'm trying to get my bearings. Where am I? When I was a child, I used to play down there, go to the Sewage Works for a mess about. Where's the blooming Sewage Works gone? You know what? Oh, there it is. Yeah, Sewage Works. So yeah, this is Henthorne Road, coming all down, and the woods at the bottom of Henthorne Road. This is the tip where you go. Sorry, the household refuse disposal centre. So you know, these fill, and they'll then trundle them off and do some landfill somewhere. I'm not actually sure where we put our landfill for Clitheroe, but you know, we collect it here, and then they'll take it somewhere. But yeah, this is the Sewage Works. Again, so if you ever get a chance to go to a tour of a Sewage Works, it's exciting. You get to see the smelly stuff that comes in, and then they give you like the crystal clear water at the end that you get to drink. Sorry, I was being attacked by a cat. And these round things are where they're basically sprinkling sewage onto gravel beds to do aerobic decay of it. And then they'll have big tanks, which are these things here, where they do anaerobic decay. So there's two kind of levels to go through. There's like a crude kind of like filtering to filter out like shopping trolleys and stuff, and nappies and face wipes and stuff. So that gets filtered out, and then the slurry mix that then goes through two stages. One, an anaerobic digester, and then it goes through an aerobic stage as well. And then at the end, it'll be clean, and there'll be a sewage outflow that goes into the river, which is here. There's the River Ribble. Yeah, but it'll be clean by then. The problem is, if there's a massive surge, if there's a massive, you know, floods and things, loads of rainfall that goes into the sewers, then this can't cope. Then sometimes you can get untreated sewage into the water supplies, but well, not less of a problem now in a rich country like the UK. So just in summary, you know, the UK used to be forested, and we've done deforestation. We've cleared loads of the forest for housing, for infrastructure like hospitals, schools, etc. For recreation like the golf course and the cricket club, and for quarrying as well. Okay, we've also got things like Sewage Works in there as well, and we need, like, the opposite of a quarry is landfill. Again, you know, I guess I don't know how long they'll be quarrying in Clitheroe for, but it can't be for much longer. So I guess at some stage this will turn into a nature reserve. It'll have a lake in the middle, and hopefully we'll have like some kind of like, boating outdoor tourism thing that takes over the quarry. Maybe some kind of like mountain bike trails, little kind of water skiing, etc. Oh, exciting times in the future, but I'll probably be too old to enjoy it by then. And if you ever get Google Earth, if you press it, is it Control F5? Oh no, what is it? Tools. Oh, Control Alt A. That's it. Control Alt A. It puts you in a plane. Stop flight simulator. Hey, I'm now in a plane. Ah, I'll try and crash into school. Where's the school? In fact, I'll try and crash into the into our science block. There we go, coming down. This isn't real. Don't worry. Ah, right in the middle. Right in the middle of the field. Perfect. Let's hope it wasn't lunchtime and there were loads of kids out there. Bit of fun at the end, just for me. Take care.